Anyway, any whoosies. Hold on, I forgot to switch up whatever it is I have my YouTube title at. Hold on. It's something I should have done before I switched on the stream, but I forgot. So whatever. Oops. All right. It's gonna be a short stream. There's like maybe 2 videos I'm gonna watch, and then play like an hour of Yakuza 3. But yeah. Like normally I would start this off with like going over my Instagram, going over like whatever I find funny in my Instagram. But now we're not doing that because I still need to record another video for my I still need to work on another video for my other channel. So I have to get off the stream by a certain time, and that's why this is going to be a short stream today. And I am stalling right now because I want to go ahead and put the links in the description on the YouTube live for the videos I were going to watch. All right. Alrighty. Then. Hold on, before I forget. Okay. So, today, first off, happy holidays. You know what I'm saying? With a Z-E at the end, D-A-Z-E. It is officially 420, aka it's also Easter. This year is the year that the Easter Bunny came to visit the pot farm. I don't know. Today the Easter Bunny's eggs, normally they have chocolate in them. This time it's got, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of green in it. You know what I'm saying? That good stuff, that kush, that OG-ish. You know what I'm saying? That good. You feel me? And so I just want to say happy holidays before we get started. If you don't smoke, it's cool. If you participate in Easter, there you go. Happy holidays. If you don't participate in Easter but you do smoke, happy holidays. If you participate in both Easter and you smoke, happy holidays. You know what I'm saying? Double holidays, baby. I'm feeling it. But yeah. So your boy is ready to go over a couple of videos. I wasn't gonna stream today, but I forgot it's the holidays. So I figured short stream. Let's do it. Enough of me rambling. Let's get to this first video because I wanted to ask you something real quick. Have you ever felt like a adult cartoon or an animation where something is trying to tell you something, you know? Like it's trying to, it's shit gets deep real quick for a hot second in the cartoon. You know, it's like, hold on, there's a message there. So I've seen it. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I do want to go over here. Let me show you. When cartoon characters try to tell us something. This is by the YouTube channel Psychic Motivation. I've never been to this channel, but links to the channel and the video will both be in the description below. If you're watching my YouTube live, then just the links to the videos will be in the description. Simply because I didn't put the channels in there. I just now put the links in. Anyway, let's get to it. And as always, you might as well subscribe to my channel. Your boy's trying to get to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year. Let's get it.
So, what do you think you'll do? How are you going to spend your life?
I'm not sure.
Isn't this, I think this movie was a Soul or something like that.
I do know.
Pixar movie.
I'm gonna live every minute of it.
Pixar movie. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was called Soul or something.
Which way does a tree fall? Down?
Wait. Let's discuss that first one.
I'm gonna live every minute of it.
So basically, I think this one was just telling us, it's like a reminder to that life is precious. What are you gonna do with your life? I'm gonna live every moment of it. And that's like, there's a difference between just like living every moment of it and just like living, or like, going through the motions and stuff like that. Cause like, if you're just living, then you're probably just going through the motions. You're probably just, waiting for your next off day to come in, if you're working, and your next weekend to show up so you can, go out and rest, or, have fun, whatever you want to do on the weekends. But the time it takes to get from one weekend to the other, you're still technically, you're living, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're just going through the motions while you're at work, but there's still these little small moments while you're there that, while you're going through those motions, there's still these little small moments throughout the rest of the week that, you gotta make sure you live your life, instead of just going through those motions. You have to live every moment of it. That's what I think this means. So it's important to enjoy life in every aspect of life and every moment of life, no matter what ups and downs it is. Like, it's like your life is like you're writing a book. Yes, you may see a future that you're aiming for, that you're heading towards, but you shouldn't forget to live in the moment, every moment, before you get to that future that you're looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? You know it's coming, but you might as well enjoy every moment that you're living now before you get there. All the ups and all the downs, especially the downs, because if you enjoy them and you keep your mind on, well, this is a down moment in my life right now, don't forget that there's still those upward moments that are to come. Yeah, it may feel like they're never gonna come, but keep in mind that they slide in. You just gotta make sure you hop on that train. Answer them when they slide into your DMs. You feel me?
Which way does a tree fall? Down? A tree falls the way it leans. Be careful which way you lean.
Be careful which way you lean, because be careful which way you fall. Because be careful which way you lean, because that's gonna be the way you fall. So if you're leaning towards support, you might fall towards support. But again, do you want to fall? But then again, if you are leaning towards support and you do fall, then at least there's support there. But if you're leaning towards like danger and like there's no support there, you gotta be careful, because if you do fall, or when you do fall, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So be careful which way you lean. Be careful. Be careful in the ways that you. I guess it's just be careful in ways of what you go through life. It also reminds me of that one saying that there's two wolves inside of you, one in chaos and one in order, and which the wolf that wins is the one that you feed. If you're feeding the chaos wolf, then you're also leaning that way. And so if you fall that way, or when you fall that way, there may not be nothing there to help to catch you. You feel me?
No, being crazy is hard. You're getting all hung up on imaginary problems. You gotta focus on what's real, man.
Yo, Jake is real.
You see this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
Listen, Morty, I hate to break it to you, but what people call love is just a chemical.
Looks like nothing's gonna explain anything. It looks like it's just gonna be a bunch of clips from other cartoons and stuff all together, and no one's ever gonna explain anything. And honestly, I don't want to explain every single clip that it shows, because this is a 17-minute long video, so I might go for like 2 or 3 minutes or something. That's it. That last one though was Jake saying, hey, don't get attached to material things. Don't get attached to every single thing that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Even with people, because sometimes some people are meant to just come into your life and teach you a lesson and then leave. Other times people are meant to come into your life and actually stay there. But it's like, don't get attached. You have to let go of attachment. That's what I got from the one with Jake.
And I don't care about it anymore.
Listen, Morty, I hate to break it to you, but what people call love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits hard, Morty, then it slowly fades, leaving you stranded in a failing marriage. I did it. Your parents are gonna do it. Break the cycle, Morty. Rise above. Focus on science.
I mean, I guess technically, you know, there's a chemical in the brain that makes you feel like quote unquote love, but at the same time, I guess he's saying just love can be a fleeting thing. Like just because it's love doesn't mean it's meant to last forever. Is that maybe that's what he's saying? But more importantly, what I take from that is that relationships take work. You have to be willing to put in the work and effort to stay together, and to keep that love lasting, and to keep fueling that drug called love. Not a lot of people are willing to do it these days. You know what I'm saying? Next.
Is he still crying about the coffee girl? If I have to listen to this song one more time. Mordecai, this is your boss. Open up.
This sounds so odd with no, like, you know, background, like no noise. Like there was no noise for the knocking, no noise for pushing the raccoon guy. But there's noise for opening the door.
I'm taking a mental health day.
You don't have the right to be sad. You never even had the guts to tell Margaret how you feel. Listen, if you leave things the way they are now, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Telling her might not change anything, but at least you'll have closure.
You should just tell Margaret how you feel.
You're right. Thanks, Skips.
What? Whatever.
Looks like the...
So basically, in my opinion, yo, what up, MCM? In my opinion, that basically means don't be afraid to tell people what's on your mind. You know, if you let that chance pass, you might regret it, especially if you never see that person again. Or especially like if you see that person again like years later and like you want to tell them that how you felt about them, that you were in love with them. And maybe they felt the same for you, but you never said anything. But so you see that person again years later and they're already with someone and they're already married or something. And now it's too late because now you'll never be able to see what should have been. So yeah, if you have something you want to say, you might as well say it, you know? And just like don't hold things back because sometimes people might need to hear exactly what you have to say.
The winds are changing.
Change is good.
Yeah, but it's not easy. I know what I have to do, but going back means I'll have to face my past. I've been running from it for so long. Ow! Jeez, what was that for?
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt.
The secret is...
So, in my opinion, for that one, it's kind of like what's in the past is in the past. You can't... There's a belief that you can't change it. So, you might as well just forget it. You know what I'm saying? You don't dwell on it. Take the lesson that you learned from whatever happened in the past and use that to better yourself. Don't just dwell on it and you know be sad about it and let it get you down. There's like if you can't do anything about it, then you can't do anything about it. Move on, become a best version of yourself, learn from your past mistakes, and just try not to let the past repeat itself. Feel me?
Ingredient is... nothing.
Huh? You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
There is no secret ingredient.
These days.
It's kind of like, let's see, to make something special, you have to believe it's special. It's kind of like relationships. If you want to make sure your relationship is special, you have to believe it's special. Both parties have to believe, or everybody in the relationship has to believe it's special. Otherwise it may fall apart, or at least one person might fall off. There's also technically, it's like money, like paper money. What is our paper currency backed by right now? I mean, if I remember correctly, it's nothing, right? When we used to have gold as currency, gold itself is intrinsically valued. And then we used to have our money backed by gold, but now I forgot exactly what happened, but I know that the gold is not really backing the money anymore. It's just backed by nothing. So all the money in the world, or all the money that we have, at least in the West, it's kind of just, it's special because we believe it's special. You know what I'm saying? We gave it value. So if there's something in your life that is special to you, then that's because you gave it value. There's nothing wrong with that. You should make sure you protect that link to that thing. how you feel about that thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, things become valuable. It's most valuable when you believe it's special. So it's up to you.
They got a name for just about everything. Doesn't matter what they call you. It's the deeds make the man.
Yeah, but my deeds just made things worse. I'm a fraud. I'm a phony. My friends believed in me, but they need some kind of hero.
Then be a hero.
Oh, no. You don't understand. I'm not even supposed to be here.
That's right. You came a long way to find something that isn't out here. Don't you see? It's not about you. It's about them.
But I can't go back.
Don't know that you got a choice, son.
Wait, what the f-
No man can walk out on his own story.
Oh, he was behind the glass of that. I was like, what is he doing? Is this fourth wall breaking?
If I have to.
All right, so yeah, no man can walk out on his own story. Sometimes you just gotta face things as they come. You know what I'm saying? You can't run away from everything. I mean, sure, you can put it off. You can hide from things, but life is going to teach you lessons. Whether or not you want to learn that lesson, the first time it tries to teach you is up to you. Like if it tries to teach you, but you run away from it, it might seem like you ran away, but eventually that lesson's gonna come right back. Then gonna see you again. It's like, you know, in horror movies when like the white girl is like running for her life, and then the guy that's after her, the killer, is just like slowly walking, not even in a rush, and the white girl's just running around, tripping, falling, doing all this, and eventually the killer catches up to her. Like he was walking the whole time. That's how life is when you're running from the problem that it's trying to teach you. It's trying to teach you a lesson, and you're running from that lesson because the lessons are hard. But while life is just sitting there walking slowly, you know, waiting for you to trip up, fall. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna catch up to you like, what's up? Let's go through that lesson again. Let's go through that lesson over and over and over again until you're ready to learn it, until you pass that shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't run from that ish. Let's get it.
I will spend every day of the rest of my life hunting the Avatar. I know it's my destiny to capture him.
You know, Prince Zuko, destiny is a funny thing. You never know how things are going to work out, but if you keep an open mind and an open heart, I promise you will find your own destiny someday.
I know my own destiny, Uncle.
Is it your own destiny? Or is it a destiny someone else has tried to force on you?
Stop it, Uncle. I have to do this.
I'm begging you, Prince Zuko. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
Ha! You think...
Man, that was a good one. You see, there's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says that, oh God, what's the line? Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. That's what he says, and that kind of fits with what we just saw with Uncle Iroh and Prince Zuko. Zuko was on the path or the trail that his father laid out for him, you know, in order for him to kill the Avatar and regain, you know, his respect as, you know, the prince or whatever of the Fire Nation. You know what I'm saying? So Zuko believed that was his destiny, and that was because that's the trail his father put him on. And Uncle Iroh was trying to tell him, hey, you don't have to follow the trail that someone else laid out for you. You can follow your own path. He was trying to convince him, you know, look inside and find out your own path. You ask yourself, who are you? What are you supposed to be doing? What is it that you actually want? And so that's an important thing, in my opinion. You know, growing up, well, at least when I was growing up, my parents were like, you know, after you graduate high school, you gotta go to college. After you graduate college, you gotta get a job with your degree, and then after that, blah blah blah. But so I was on that trail. I tried to go through it, but it didn't work out for me. You know what I'm saying? I did graduate college, but finding a job for my degree, that, you know, that was started becoming not impossible, but yeah, improbable. And so I eventually said, this trail that I wasted most of my life on is not for me. I gotta follow my own path. And so it took me a while to figure out what I actually wanted to do, who I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm here trying to make shit work, and I'm gonna do it. I can see the end. I just have to keep walking that path, you know, and enjoying all the ups and downs that come along with walking that path, you know, living in every moment of it. But yeah, like I said, this thing is 17 minutes long. It's just a bunch of cuts from different cartoons showing you they are good cuts. You know what I'm saying? It is, you know, scenes where they're actually trying to tell you something deep, and I appreciate this. But again, I'm not going through the whole 17-minute video and stopping between each cut just to explain it how I feel about it. But this is long enough because we're at 19 minutes right now ish, and we're only 4 minutes into the video itself. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this this YouTube video here. I'm gonna continue my live stream. So if you ever want to follow, if you ever want to see me live stream, you know, links will be in the description below. And links to the channel and the video that we just watched will also be in the description below in case you want to go and see the rest of the clips of cartoon characters having deep moments and actually telling you something, like these life lessons. Come get you some. But yeah, as always, links will be in the description below. Until then, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you. Okay, so the next video that we're gonna go over, I like that. I'm gonna watch the rest of those like while I'm editing videos or something like that. That's inspirational, you know what I'm saying? Feeling it. Okay. So this next video that we're gonna go over. I saw this and I was like, hey yo, this can't be real. This is beyond evil, in my opinion. Here, let me just I might as well just show you. Served her boyfriend to his kids. The case almost too horrific to cover, by the YouTube channel Crime A to Z. So yeah, she served her boyfriend to his kids. What the first thing that pops into my mind is like, you guys aren't even married. You can just leave the relationship. If you need to, you can ghost him. What brought her to the point where I'm guessing she's the one that no-lifed him, and then not only did she do that, but she got extremely personal with it. I'm guessing she chopped him up somehow, cooked him, and then served him to his own kids. How evil do you have to be to, instead of just leaving the relationship, you no-life him and then make a meal out of him to serve to his kids? Bro, I said it once, I'll say it again. There's a lot of us are raised to believe that women can do no harm, that they're these like perfect angels. But guess what? Everybody is capable of both good and evil, or at least societal good and evil. So you have to be careful of who you decide to mess with. If you see signs that a bitch is crazy, leave that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You may have put in work. You may have wanted to make her your wife and everything. You may have wanted to commit to her because everything seems fine on the outside and on the inside. But if you catch hints of red flags that are dangerous, even if they're not dangerous, even if they're like the slightest bit of hint to danger, you better be careful. You know what I'm saying? You better keep in mind that every person is possible of good and evil, and you may have feelings for that person, but you don't know them completely. I believe it's a Japanese saying, but it's like everybody has 3 masks. The first mask is the mask that you show the world. The second mask is the mask that you show your close friends and relatives and loved ones. The third mask is the mask that you show nobody. So keep in mind, you may have feelings for someone, you may have deep feelings for someone, but you will never fully know them, let alone what they're capable of. So that's all I'm saying is, like, stay safe. Enough for me ranting. Let's get to the video. As always, links will be in the description below, so be sure to check them out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because your boy is trying to hit 1,000 before the end of the year. Let's get it.
It was March 1st, 2000 in Aberdeen, Australia. It was a normally peaceful and quiet town unfamiliar with crime, and certainly not accustomed to particularly brutal ones. But on this day, as two children were sent away to stay at a friend's house for the night, the most savage of crimes would take place.
Oh, God,
and in all of
bruh.
Australia, no crime before it.
All right, we got pictures. So, you know, I don't know how deep the pictures go, but if you get queasy easily, you know, this is your warning. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids in the room, you probably don't want them to see this. You know what I'm saying? If you under 18, why are you even in my channel? But anyway.
Nor any crime after it would compare. Welcome back to Crime A to Z, where we detail cases and criminals from their very beginning, until well after other reporting ends.
I don't have my lighter. Give me a second. All right. Whew, let's get it.
Today, we'll be covering one of Australia's most notorious female killers. She's the only woman to be serving a life sentence without possibility of parole that has an unprecedented special instruction on her file due to how heinous her crime was. We want to warn you that this video covers graphic accounts of cannibalism, dismemberment, and other gruesome acts. If you're not comfortable with those topics, we recommend skipping this particular case and tuning into one of our other cases instead.
There's your warning again.
Barbara and Jack Ruffin lived a relatively simple life in the small town of Aberdeen, Australia.
Okay.
During their marriage, Barbara and Jack gave birth to 4 sons.
Okay.
At some point after their 4th son was born, Barbara began having an affair with a co-worker of Jack's named Ken Knight. Once people around town became aware of the affair...
A co-worker of Jack's. Not even a co-worker of hers, bro. Man. I was listening to this thing earlier today. It was like a what was it? There was like this woman who was like a professional on like you know, women's feelings and things like that. And she she mentioned something about that, when men fall in love, theirs is a deeper, connection. For women to have a connection, they only have to have an attraction, but they make that connection a big deal, So, and that's why women, that's why a lot of women, not all, thankfully, a lot of women just will cheat without a moment's hesitation. And if they cheat once, then it'll be easier for them every other time. But so I guess all she had to do was find a reason to be attracted to her husband's coworker for her to cheat. And the thing is, like, that's both parties' fault. It's her husband's coworker's fault because, man, that's your homie's, your coworker's girl. Come on, bro. And it's her fault because she can say it's not her fault because blah blah, I was attracted, or whatever reason she wanna. If you have to have control over your sexual desires. If you don't have sexual control, then are you better than a wild animal? I think not. Happy 420. And happy Easter.
Barbara and Ken began facing backlash and eventually decided to move away from Aberdeen to Maury. Barbara and Jack's 2 older sons remained behind with Jack, while the 2 younger ones were sent off to live with an aunt. While Barbara and Ken did not marry, they would go on to have 4 additional children together, including twin girls who were born on October 24th, 1955, one of which was Catherine Mary Knight. In 1959, when Catherine was 4 years old, Jack Ruffin passed away, and the 2 older sons that were living with him came to live with Barbara, Ken, and the rest of the children. Then in 1969, while Barbara and Ken did not marry, they would go on to have 4 additional children and eventually decided to move away from Aberdeen to Maury. Barbara and Ken began facing backlash and eventually decided to move away from Aberdeen to Maury.
So she stayed with them. I thought she was just gonna have an affair and just dip out, or cut it after she got caught. But nah, she decided. I guess the husband also found out, divorced her or something, and then she just stayed with the boyfriend. It's tough, man. I don't know. I mean, stories like this, not like this specifically, but like stories about relationships, make me want to not get married in the States. Like, if I get married, I'll probably move out to the Philippines or Japan or something and then get married. I don't know. But it's not, thankfully not all women are like this. And you can find a good woman here in the States that's marriage material. Will you? Who knows? But I always wish for the best for everybody, so.
Barbara and Jack's 2 older sons remained behind with Jack, while the 2 younger ones were sent off to live with an aunt. While Barbara and Ken did not marry, they would go on to have 4 additional children together, including twin girls who were born on October 24th, 1955, one of which was Catherine Mary Knight. In 1959, when Catherine was 4 years old, Jack Ruffin passed away, and the 2 older sons that were living with him came to live with Barbara, Ken, and the rest of the children. Then in 1969, the family moved back to Aberdeen. By this time, it was clear that Ken was an abusive alcoholic who would rape Barbara multiple times per day.
Bro, I bet her husband was a good man too. And she left him for this guy. For a fleeting feeling of affection that she had to act on. She couldn't control her sexual desires. She ruined her family and then got with someone who's actually, not a good man. Yo, be careful, ladies. And men, be careful. Men, be careful who you pick, and ladies, be careful who you pick. You gotta be careful.
And Barbara also played a large role in the dysfunctionality of the family dynamic. She often shared with Catherine and later future daughters the intimate details of her sex life and how she loathed both sex and men. Once Catherine became older and began engaging in intimate activities with her own partners, she complained to her mother that one of them wanted her to participate in acts that she was not comfortable with. Her mother's response was to put up with it and stop complaining. As a child, Catherine was described by some people as both loving and kind.
Put up with it and stop complaining. You know, I don't want to feel sorry for this woman because of what she did to her husband. But now I'm slightly starting to feel bad about her, bad for her. But knowing what she's going to do, I don't think I can do it.
While others, including many of her classmates from Muswellbrook High School, remember her as a loner and a bully. On one occasion, she assaulted a male classmate, and on another, a teacher injured Catherine while acting.
Look at that, yo, she's kneeing him in the face. And men are taught not to hit women. Women aren't taught not to hit men. They're taught that men aren't supposed to hit them. And since they know that men aren't supposed to fight back, they will do this kind of shit. This is sad, bro. What happened to equality? If we shouldn't hit them, they shouldn't hit us. Like, women need to be raised not to hit men. Like, here's the thing though. Men are raised to learn to know, men are taught how to treat women while they're being raised. Women are not taught how to treat men. They're taught what to expect from men.
Acting in self-defense. When Catherine was not acting out is when she was considered to be a model student and even earned awards for her good behavior. When she left school at age 15, Catherine could neither read nor write. And given that there was a meat factory or slaughterhouse in every location her family had lived, it was not surprising that she aspired to work there someday when she grew up. But the first job—
And that's why she was able to do what she did. Yo, this is gonna get, this is gonna, grab your blunt if you smoke. Happy Easter. Happy 420.
Job she landed after leaving school was as a cutter at a local clothing factory. She worked there for a year before landing what she called her dream job, which was cutting the internal organs of animals at a local slaughterhouse.
Yo, is that a red flag? That feels like a red flag. Her dream job is cutting organs out of a slaughterhouse, out of animals at a slaughterhouse. That's her dream job. I'm not saying that's bad. Not saying that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Do you? You do you. But that's a, oh really? That's, you know what I'm saying? You guys, oh really? Oh really? Huh. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Alongside her father, twin sister Joy, and brother Charlie. There, she was soon promoted to a position deboning meat and was given her own set of butcher knives, which she hung over her bed so that they'd always be handy if she needed them.
You hung them over your bed. You didn't put them in the kitchen. You hung them over your bed. So they'll always be handy if you needed them. All right, man. That's, yo. Yo.
She claimed that she would hang these knives above her bed at every home that she would subsequently live in. In 1970,
that includes her husband's home, you know, the one that she divorced. Luckily, they got divorced. He didn't get, you know. But her boyfriend, her boyfriend is abusive. Let's be real. He might deserve that ish, bro. But his kids being, but her, again, according to what we know by the title, her serving him to his kids, those kids didn't deserve it. The boyfriend may have been abusive, and he may have deserved what's coming to him. But those kids were innocent, as far as I know, as far as we know.
Catherine met 22-year-old David Collette, who was a co-worker at the slaughterhouse. David drank heavily, brought on by two traumatic events in his life. One being his best friend being killed right before his eyes.
Holy.
And the other being involved in the rescue attempt of children, whose bus was struck by a train, 6 of whom were killed.
Holy.
Within a year of meeting,
you know what I'm saying? I understand why he started drinking. I understand why he started drinking. I keep trying to find something to say, like, you know, because I stopped drinking. At least like for the most part, like I stopped drinking because I used to drink almost every day. I stopped that. And so I was trying to find something to say that, you know, alcohol isn't necessary. There's something. There's got to be a better way. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to find something inspirational to say for that, but I see why he started drinking, and bro, I don't blame him, but like, I hope he's able to get past that one day. You know, when he and fully heal. Holy crap.
David and Catherine got married. The couple arrived to the wedding service on Catherine's motorcycle, with David heavily intoxicated.
Oh wait, never mind.
At the wedding,
dies, I forgot.
Catherine's mother gave David some advice. You better watch this one or she'll kill you. Stir her up the wrong way or do the wrong thing and you're f***ed. Don't ever think of cheating on her. She'll kill you. And that didn't take long.
Damn.
On their wedding night, Catherine tried to strangle David. She would later explain that it was because he fell asleep after only having sex with her 3 times.
She tried to strangle him to death just for that? I mean, that kind of, you know, it kind of sucks that he fell asleep on her, you know, after sex. But this must have been an exhausting day. And they said after having sex 3 times, and the rest of the day must have been exhausting. I'm trying to find you know, I'm trying to give him an out, and he was probably been drinking too, so that's going to make him tired out as well. Probably passed out from the alcohol as well. Bro, she's tried to strangle him for that. If that didn't tell you to get the marriage annulled, like, bro, I don't know, man.
And the violence only progressed from there. When Catherine became pregnant, she burned all of David's clothes and shoes before she hit him in the head with a frying pan. The offense that triggered the violence was that he arrived home late from a darts competition because he had made it to the finals. Worried that he was about to die, David escaped to a neighbor's home where he collapsed with a severely fractured skull. Police wanted David to press charges against Catherine, but Catherine talked David into dropping all charges.
Hell nah. These kind of charges need to be pressed, bro. Like, excuse me. She tried to no-life him a few times and was like just really violent with him. That's not acceptable, bro. Like, especially if that's supposed to be someone you love. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it feels like she waited till she got the ring before she let this side of her out. That's kind of scary. But then again, on the first night when she tried to strangle him, he could have got the marriage annulled the next day or something. But man, that's sadness, bro. He probably thought he had the right one. I don't know if there were signs that she was showing like this before they got married. But if there were, then you know what I'm saying, that's more his fault again. I don't want to say that though. But anyway, man, I'm starting to feel sorry for the guy, but at the same time, remember, he was he would wound her, like physically hurt her. So I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm saying?
In 1976, shortly after the birth of their first child, Melissa, and fed up with the 3 years of abuse he had endured from Catherine, David left Catherine for another woman and moved to Queensland.
Okay.
Catherine was devastated by the departure. Her behavior became even more erratic than normal. It landed her in the hospital where she was diagnosed with postnatal depression. She spent several weeks in recovery there, and once released, she promptly packed up her newborn, took her to the train station just before the train was due to arrive, and placed the baby on the tracks. She then headed downtown with an axe, threatening to kill several people along the way. Back at the train station, a homeless gentleman rescued 2-month-old Melissa just minutes before the train would have arrived. Catherine was hospitalized again, but checked herself out the following day. Not surprisingly, there was no change in her behavior. Within a few days, Catherine slashed a woman's face with one of her beloved knives and demanded that the woman drive her to Queensland to find David. But once they reached a gas station, the woman escaped, and Catherine threatened to kill a young boy that she had since taken hostage. Police arrived.
I'm trying to think, but what was the thing that set her off? Like, what was... It's like she got married the second time. Then after she got married, she just started to snowball from there. Getting increasingly more and more violent. Like, but what ultimately led her to start doing this? Was it the other guy? Was it her, her ex, the one that she's going after right now? David or whatever? Was it him being abusive, or shit, I said it. Oh well. Was it him and his actions, or I don't know. Because now she's like openly threatening other people and leaving a baby on the train. I'm guessing him breaking up with her is what, like, because even before that, she started getting more and more violent with him. I guess, yeah, him leaving her just really set her off the edge.
Disarmed her and had her admitted to a different psychiatric hospital. There, Catherine admitted to nurses that she had planned to kill the mechanic at the gas station since he was the one who had repaired David's car, allowing him to leave her. What? She said she then planned to kill David and his mother once she arrived in Queensland. When police informed David of the incident, he left his girlfriend and returned to live in Aberdeen with his mother so that he could support Catherine in her time of need. Once Catherine was released from the latest facility, she and David moved back in together to Ipswich, where Catherine landed another slaughterhouse job.
Didn't the police inform David of everything she said? Hold on, let me
informed David of the incident and his mother car, allowing him to leave her. She said she then planned to kill David and his mother once she arrived in Queensland. When police informed David of the incident, he left his girlfriend and returned.
So they informed of the incident. I'm hoping they let him know that, hey, that she was also planning to, she said that she was planning to go after you and your mom next. I'm guessing they actually told him that. And this guy moves back in with her?
Where once Catherine was released from the latest facility, she and David moved back in together to Ipswich, where Catherine landed another slaughterhouse job at Dinmore Meatworks.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for David anymore. Not only was he, aggressive towards her, I'll say it that way. And not only was he aggressive towards her, even though she was also aggressive towards him, but you had the chance to stay away from her and didn't take it. All right, bro.
A few years later,
again, I still feel sorry for the kids because the kids don't deserve what the title says happened.
They welcomed another daughter, Natasha. And 4 years after that, in 1984, Catherine left David. Catherine's next major relationship began 2 years later in 1986 when she...
Okay, so that wasn't the guy. But she left him, so I guess he got lucky.
Met another David.
Also, look at that picture. Like I'm not gonna lie, lady. Maybe it's because I know what you did, but that's a creepy smile now.
David Saunders, a 38-year-old local miner.
Another David?
Within a few months, Catherine and her daughters would move from the government-provided housing they were living in at the time to live with Saunders. The relationship was tumultuous, with Catherine constantly suspicious of Saunders' actions, resulting in her regularly throwing him out of his own home and even cutting the throat of his 2-month-old puppy right in front of him.
Yo, she could easily be the most hated person at least in America. She left her child on the train tracks and she slit a puppy's throat. I mean, you could say that, the extreme man-hating feminists that are out there would be happy that she, was so aggressive towards her ex-boyfriend, even though he was abusive as well. Should I say that word again? Whatever, it's too late. Even though he was abusive as well, you could say that he still deserved it. But you still can't say that at the end of it, like, what happens to the kids and the guy? They can't agree with that part, right? Even though some extreme man-hating feminists probably still would.
She told him that it was an example of what would happen to him if he ever cheated on her. Then, in another violent episode, like she had done to David Collette before him, she hit Saunders in the head with the frying pan, this time knocking him unconscious. Despite the violence and sheer brutality of the relationship, Catherine went on to have a child with Saunders.
Bruh. I don't know if the world knows it, but here's a secret. If you're in an abusive relationship, chances are you don't have to stay in that relationship. Especially if you break up with them and get free of them. You don't have to go back to them. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
a daughter named Sarah. But there was an end in sight for the tumultuous couple. The final breaking point came after a particularly violent fight where Catherine struck Saunders in the face with a clothing iron, then stabbed him in the abdomen with scissors. He moved out and went into hiding. When he tried to return to see his daughter several months later, he learned that Catherine had lied to the police, claiming she was fearful of him, in order to get a restraining order against him. Catherine would go on to date and have one more son by another partner before meeting John Price. John Price, known as Pricey to those close to him, was a divorced father of 3 when he and Catherine met. John's 2 oldest children lived with him.
I'm surprised it's not a David.
While the youngest lived with their mother. Friends and family of John described him as a terrific man that was liked by everyone who knew him. John was fully aware of Catherine's violent history, but in 1995 he still allowed her to move into the 3-bedroom bungalow he owned with him and his children, who had developed a fondness for her. In 1998, Catherine and John got into a fight over his refusal to marry her. As Catherine fumed over the fight, she decided to videotape an item that he had supposedly stolen from work, then sent the video to his boss. Even though the item he had taken was an outdated medical kit that he had retrieved from the trash bin, they were still forced to fire him after 17 years of service to the company.
Oh my God. She ruined his career just because he refused to marry her. Bro, it also, honestly, if you knew you weren't gonna marry her, you probably should have just broken up with her. To be honest. Or maybe he was thinking more marriage further down the road. And so that's why he said no at the moment. I don't know. But if you knew you weren't gonna marry her, you probably should have just broken up with her. I'm just saying.
John was furious and promptly kicked Catherine out of the house.
But at the same time, like, that doesn't excuse her actions. Like, and she keeps doing that same smile, bro. That shit's creepy, I ain't gonna lie.
But after a few months had passed, despite his friends pleading with him to stay as far away as he could from such a dangerous and devious woman, John took Catherine back.
I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for y'all, bro. I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for people that escape an abusive relationship and then go back and then escape and go back I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for y'all, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
But he was more cautious this time and didn't allow her to move into his home. The couple continued to fight even more regularly than before, and John's friends, disgusted that he returned to such misery and danger, no longer wanted anything to do with either of them. By the end of February 2000, John had finally had enough of Catherine and her abuse. After several terrifying incidents where he was justifiably fearful that she was going to kill him, including an incident where he awoke to find her standing at the foot of his bed with what he feared was a knife behind her back, John cut the...
Oh, hell nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. No, that's a fear, bro. That's some fear. That's some nightmare feel right there, bro. Because you didn't hear the door open, the person was already inside. Matter of fact, you went to sleep, the person next to you. That's nah, son. If I ever see that shit, I'd end dating. I would stop dating and I would just be like, I'd stay alone. I'd be like, nah, Brian, I ain't trusting nobody again. If I ever saw that shit, son. Nah, man.
Relationship off and secured a restraining order against her. It forbid her from coming near him or his children. Once that was secured, as he had done several times in the past, he let his friends and co-workers know that if he were to not come to work the next day, it would be because Catherine had murdered him. His co-workers pleaded with him to not return home. But John, fearful...
Bro, they're like... they're like, hey, man, you should just don't go home. Don't... Actually, everybody should go with him. Everybody should go with him so that he can get his kids. And all of his co-workers should go with him, and he picks up his kids, and he's like, hey, yeah, I'm leaving you.
For his children's lives, felt that he had no choice if he were going to protect his children. When John arrived home that night, his children were not home. Apparently, Catherine had come by and sent them away to stay at a friend's house for the night. Even though Catherine was not his home either, John decided to stay away from the house as long as he could, staying in a neighbor's home for most of the evening, then returning home about 11 p.m. At some point after John had fallen asleep, Catherine arrived at his home and awoke him to have sex. John fell asleep afterward. The next morning, March 1st, a neighbor was surprised to still see John's car in his driveway since he'd usually left for work by that point.
Oh, shit.
And since John was never late for work, his co-workers were also concerned when he had not arrived by a certain time.
And this was the night after he just told them, if I don't come to work tomorrow, Catherine unalived me. Imagine being his coworkers, hearing that, you try to get him to, hey man, don't go home, don't go home. He goes home anyway. You go into work the next day and he's not there on time. Obviously, like that feeling of dread that washes over you, like, damn, bro. I'm just saying.
So one of them went to his home to check on him. Together, the neighbor and the concerned co-worker tried to wake John by knocking on his bedroom window. At some point during their attempts, they noticed blood on the front door and called police. Police arrived and broke down the back door to get into the home. And what they saw from that point on left the officers so traumatized that they still struggle to this day to cope with what they saw. Upon entry, police first came across John's skin hanging from a hook in the doorway arch of the lounge room. Not recognized.
You remember earlier in the beginning of the video, we found out that her dream job was working at a slaughterhouse, and she was being a butcher, and she would remove the intestines and everything from the animals, from the dead animals. And then remember when we found out that her precious knives, she hangs them above her bed every night in every house that she sleeps in case she quote unquote needs them or whatever, and whenever she needs them. And remember when he decided to take her back? I take it back when I say I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for, you know, people for I take it back when I say I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for people who go back to other people who are abusive in their relationship. I'm gonna take that back. But there's got to be like a solution for that kind of thing. Someone you could call, a hotline or something. Bro, she put her all those years of experience of working at that slaughterhouse, she put that shit to work. She put that shit.
Recognizing the dangling obstacle amidst the dim lighting and figuring it was some sort of drapery. One of the officers brushed it aside as he passed, only to have his arm covered in blood from just grazing it. Later autopsy results would show that, drawing on her years of experience butchering animals, Catherine had used medical precision to meticulously slice John's corpse, then carefully pull the skin from his flesh. From the tip of his head to the bottom of his feet, the entire body of skin, complete with all its stab wounds, was in one piece, including the hair, face, ears, nose, mouth, and genitals. The skin suit dangled.
When they said expertly, they said expertly. Holy shit.
From the hook with blood still dripping from it, and its intact feet dangled on the floor. The autopsy pathologists surmised that the entire process would have taken about 40 minutes, at which time Catherine would certainly have been covered in blood by the time she was finished. Police proceeded past the skin suit further into the home, where they quickly came across John's corpse lying on the floor. It was both skinless and headless. Catherine had decapitated John's corpse. She also left a blood-stained note that she had written on top of a photo of John. The note groundlessly accused John of raping Catherine's daughter and other indecipherable rantings. While Catherine's monstrous acts up until that point were difficult to fathom, it was only the beginning of her depravity. Her next actions were unthinkable. Catherine took John's skinned and decapitated head, placed it in a large pot, and boiled it, along with vegetables at some point during the morning, since it was still warm when police arrived later that morning.
They go in and there's a meal on the table, for God's sake. There's vegetables, there's gravy, there's his meat, which he's cooked in the oven. If you saw it in a horror movie, you'd almost laugh because it's just so over the top. These are the things those coppers saw that day, and these are things that never leave them.
She then proceeded to slice off parts of John's buttocks, preparing them as gruesome steaks to be served alongside an elaborate array of baked potato, vegetables, and gravy. She prepared 2 plates along with name cards for each of John's 2 children. She had fully prepared to serve John's body to his children to eat. They fortunately did not arrive home to do so.
Oh my God, bro. Honestly, that's the thing I was worried about. That's one of the things I was worried about the most, to be honest. Maybe the friend's parents knew about Catherine, or like heard about Catherine, you know, so hopefully they let the kids, stay the night until their dad came to get them. So maybe it's like, nah, we're just gonna wait for your dad to come and get you. It's a good thing they didn't send them home or drop them off home.
There was a third meal as well, but it was found thrown in the backyard. Authorities suspected that either Catherine had attempted to eat it but could not, or she had prepared it for the dog. Police proceeded through the home to ultimately find Catherine.
That's
loudly snoring body in bed in a bedroom near the end of the home.
Bro,
She had swallowed a large number of pills which caused her to pass out. The dosage was not nearly enough to kill anyone, though, so she survived. Once the scene was fully processed and analyzed, authorities determined that after the initial attack, John had awoken and tried to turn the light on, and Catherine began chasing him through the house. He managed to make it outside at some point, but then either Catherine dragged him back inside, or he stumbled back in, at which point he collapsed and bled to death. Sheen had stabbed John 37 times in the front and back of his body, many of which were deep enough to reach his vital organs. A detective on the scene described what he saw. He stated, "He's getting up. There's arterial spurting on the robe and the bed, and on the doorway there's a bloodied handprint or swipe on the western side of the door near the dressing table, and blood around the light switch. It looks like he's tried to turn the light switch on, and then all down the hallway they're everywhere, referring to the bloody handprints. And he's almost made it. He's opened the front door. The screen door is shut. There is blood staining. Trajectory again, flicking out across the front door. He's almost made it, but he wouldn't have survived. He would have been absolutely horrified, terrified. Probably terrified, more than horrified, trying to get out and all the time being stabbed." After Catherine killed John, she went into town and made a $1,000 withdrawal from John's bank account. Then she returned to carry out the atrocities that police were forced to discover. After the horrendous murder of John Price became known, Catherine's former boyfriend David Collette recalled how close he came to the same fate as John. He remembered waking up one morning to find Catherine sitting across his chest, grazing his throat with a knife. At the time, she laughed and commented how easy it would have been for her to have killed him. He didn't realize at the time how fortunate he was that she had not.
Was this before he took her back or after he took her back? Because if it was before.
Talks of charges against Catherine were underway, she attempted to negotiate a plea of manslaughter instead of murder. Her offer to plead guilty to manslaughter was rejected. She was officially charged with murder on March 2nd, 2001, to which she pleaded not guilty. Her trial began on October 15th, 2001.
She really tried to plead not guilty? Holy shit.
Before the trial began, the presiding judge offered the 60 jury prospects the option of being excused from the trial due to the extremely graphic nature of the photographic evidence. 5 of the prospects took him up on his offer and were excused. Several more dropped out after hearing the witness list. Then the jury was officially impaneled. However, before court was adjourned that day, the judge was advised that Catherine intended to change her plea from not guilty to guilty. The judge swiftly adjourned for the day, then ordered a psychiatric assessment overnight to determine whether Catherine fully understood the consequences of changing her plea guilty.
I was wondering something about this. Like, I was wondering what this kind of test on her would be.
And that she was psychologically fit to make such a decision.
I was somewhat nervous about this, because I was concerned that if I took a guilty plea, sentenced her, she would then appeal to the Court of Criminal Appeal and say she was insane at the time that she made the plea of guilty. I decided that I should get a court expert to examine her.
Good idea, Judge.
And
good
the psychiatrist came to exactly the same conclusion as the other psychiatrist that had seen her, namely that she was not insane, she was quite sane, but she was a bad woman.
Okay, so she doesn't have any mental issues. So everything she's done, she was fully conscious and aware of what she was doing. Everything. When she left her baby on the train tracks. Every time she abused every man she was with. When she slit the neck of a man's pet dog. When she expertly skinned a human peeled his skin off, chopped off his head, boiled like the skin in a pot or whatever, made steak from his buttocks, and tried to feed him to his kids. She was sane for all of that. She knew what she was doing. She just didn't give a fuck. Is this pure evil? Or is she simply following her nature, which is to be this violent being? Holy shit, man.
Following morning, Catherine arrived at her trial, changed her plea to guilty, and the jury was dismissed from their duty. As of the making of this video, Catherine has never given a reason for changing her plea. She has also never accepted responsibility for John's murder or her actions afterward. Next came the sentencing hearing. In a bold move by the defense, Catherine's lawyers requested that she be allowed to leave the courtroom to avoid hearing some of the particularly gruesome details of the case. The request was swiftly denied. Then later, as details of the crime scene were being described, Catherine became hysterical and had to ultimately be sedated. When it was time to hand down Catherine's sentencing, the judge did not hold back. He pointed out the extreme brutality of the crime and noted Catherine's complete lack of remorse, stating, "Catherine Mary Knight does not qualify for mercy. She showed him, referring to John, no mercy. The last minutes of his life must have been a time of abject terror for him, as they were a time of utter enjoyment for her. She has not expressed any contrition or remorse, and if released, she poses a serious threat to the security of society." He sentenced Catherine to life imprisonment, refused to set an eligible for parole period, in order that her file be designated as never to be released, which was a first to happen to any woman imprisoned in Australian history.
I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know that was a thing, to be honest. That's good to know. But never to be released. So she's gonna die in prison. And think about everything she got away with, because all of her victims did not press charges, did not alert the police to her abusive actions. And they did not press charges and have her, like, face some type of consequence sooner. That could have prevented this guy from getting killed. So if anybody in a relationship is being abusive, whether it's, the man, the woman, whoever, everybody should be reporting this. You might be able to save someone's life without even knowing it.
This was as bad a case as you got, so she had to go to jail for the term of her life. But I can tell you that I found this a very stressful matter. In fact, after it was over, I didn't eat meat for about 3 months.
Yo, what up, Gutsy? Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above.
Catherine Knight is currently serving her life sentence at Silverwater Correctional Complex under maximum security. Considered Australia's toughest women's prison, it's reported that violence erupts daily and 90% of inmates are drug addicts. Because of the sheer brutality of the crime she committed, Knight commands respect from both addicts.
Look how plush it looks in here. Like, look at their room, bruh. Like, look how comfortable this shit looks.
The sheer brutality of the crime she committed, Knight commands respect from both the inmate population and even prison staff. She doesn't put up with anything from either the inmates or the guards. If her cell needs to be searched, she demands that she stay and watch. She screams at the guards, who figure it's less of a hassle to just let her stay and to physically restrain her, which is the only alternative when it comes to Catherine and her combative nature. So, while she doesn't actually have a record of violence in prison, not even a single incident, she's in charge and everyone knows it. So much so that her nickname used by the guards is the Boss. As far as Catherine's daily prison life, it starts each morning at 7 a.m. to prepare for her 4-hour shift making headphones. It's reported to be the most tedious job in the prison.
They make headphones? Looking now, I'm curious how headphones are made. I need to get a new pair, or at least in their ear cuffs, but they're out of the little puffs that I use.
Involving a huge and very loud production machine. She's monitored constantly, with guards watching her every move. But despite Catherine's notorious reputation and constant monitoring, she has also built both a reputation as well as a physical space that is quite contrary to her evil side. She's known as the Nana for being a mediator to other female inmates, often interceding before conflicts escalate, discouraging thievery and generally taking on a motherly role. And for her physical...
So to them, she's not like violent at all. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's motherly towards them, bro.
Space, she has turned her cell into a homey haven, accumulating an enormous amount of trinkets and memorabilia that she has created, crocheted for herself, or received from others. Since she's going to be there for the rest of her life, fellow inmates noted that she might as well make it feel like home. 5 years after her conviction, Catherine appealed her sentence, claiming that a life sentence without the possibility of parole was too severe for the killing. The response from the considering judges was, "This was an appalling crime, almost beyond contemplation in a civilized society." Her parole was denied, so as long as her sentence is stayed, Catherine Knight will remain in prison for the remainder of her life.
I mean, her sentencing it wasn't a certain amount of years. It was, quote unquote, never to be released. So of course her parole is going to get denied.
We hope this video did justice to all the victims of Catherine's heinousness, dead or alive. Please let us know in the comments what you think about this unthinkably brutal crime and this murder. And please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share if you like this video. Thank you for watching.
Bro, that was intense. Holy, like I didn't think a human being was capable of some of the things that we heard she did. You feel me? I was proven wrong, bro. You have to remember, every person is capable of both good and evil. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the 48 laws of power. I'm trying to make sure I think I'm gonna say it correctly. I hope I say it correctly. Trust no one, and even trust no one completely, especially your friends and family, or even your friends and family. So trust no one completely, even your friends, family, and your loved ones. Like, be careful. Ooh, let me know what y'all think about this case in the comments below. But yeah, as always, links to Crime A to Z, links to the video and link to the channel will both be in the description below. So be sure to check them out. And while you're there, don't forget to do the 3 things I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. I almost forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, that's all for that. So thank you. Peace. Let's get to the next thing. Time to play some Yakuza 3. I meant for this to be a short stream. I have to play like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. No, it could be 9 o'clock. So I gotta record another video. All right, maybe an hour and a half or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me get things right real quick. Holy shit, man. Whew. That shit was crazy. Like obviously I feel sorry for, the man that she offed, but like, that shit was, ooh. Let me go grab a drink real quick. This one's halfway gone. Need another one. Messed up the thing. Let me go back. Let's see. I want to see this, and I want to see this and this. All right, now I'm ready to go. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Running. I might as well do a side story real quick. Also, I don't know why this one hasn't done anything for me yet. It hasn't, like, we went to the bowling alley, nothing happened. I'll go there one more time. So I do want to do like a side quest and stuff real quick before we do the main story. Bowling alley's up here, I think. But before I do a side quest, I want to see if I can get these photo things out the way. All right, let's get it. I still wish we could sprint while not chasing someone. This is definitely not the bowling alley. Where is the? Oh, is it over here?
What?
Huh? Oh crap!
What's
going on? You never catch me. Damn it! That asshole is quick. What's going on here?
Huh?
What the hell? Out of the way! I'm in a hurry here. Shit! He got away. Damn it! Look what you. Wait. Are you? You wouldn't happen to be. You are Kiryu-san, the 4th chairman of the Tojo clan, are you? Why, yes, I am. That's that's right. Do we know each other? You don't know me, but I sure as hell know you. I can't believe I ran into you here. We're celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Celebrity status, bro. I didn't think I'd ever get to meet you. I heard the rumor you left the city. Really, it's an honor, sir. Right. Who are you?
Ah.
Oh, sorry about that. Call me Shibayama. I'm a debt collector. Oh, okay, cool. So, a loan shark then. Yeah, I never made it to the Yakuza like you, but I always looked up to you during your old loan collection days. Hell, we got legends of the stuff you did collecting for the Dojima family. Ooh, excuse me. Is that so? Not much of a happy ending to those legends, though. I got into a loan collecting business because I wanted to climb the Yakuza ladder just like you. Bro, that's not a good reason. Oh yeah? Well, good luck with that. But there's this guy, Murayama, who's really pissing me off. He's got the cash to pay, but he just keeps running off. And that's not all. Look, this creep's a real piece of work. He tries to trick women and even his own friends into paying off his loans for him. Hey, I know. Do you think you could help me catch him? I'd really like to see your work. Alright. This guy Moriyama sounds like a real scumbag. I guess I could help you out. I really appreciate it. And hey, maybe I can learn a thing or two by watching you work. So, what do you want me to do? Well, I just gotta tip the bastard just made me a million yen. Just made $1 million off the racehorses. I want him to pay off our loan before he uses it all up. That's legit. Sounds legit. This is a photo of Murayama. This jerk owes us 1 million yen, but he's an idiot when it comes to money. So he just spends it whenever he's got it in his pocket. We gotta find him and get him to pay back that loan before he spends it all. This guy really does sound like a pain in the ass. I'll call you whenever I get a tip about his whereabouts. Beat him up whatever you have to do. Just get that money back. And whatever you can get back from me, I'll give you 10%. Just remember that the faster you catch him, the bigger reward you'll get. Got it. I'll give you my phone number. Call me when you know where he's at. Okay, will do. And thanks again. No problem. My pleasure. Bro, I forgot where the bowling alley is. Oh shoot. That's fine. Time for a fight. We're gonna get some money. We're gonna beat some coins out of this guy. Oh, another one. Nope. Is there a bite? There is. Thank you. Bastard! How did you win against so many? There was only 2 of you. This is all he got on us. Please. Yeah, I don't know why you even tried, bro. Nothing to see, huh? Cool. Bowling alley. I think it's this way. Should do a couple side stories because I do need to get them done. Like. Moshi. Kitty-san. Oh, shit. Kitty-san, it's me, Shibiyama. The guy who asked you to help collect that loan. Oh, hey. What's going on? I got a call from somebody claiming he saw Motoyama. Says he's at a bowling alley. Sorry for the trouble, but would you mind going there and looking for him? Oh, okay. The bowling alley? Got it. Yeah, thanks. I'll give you 10% as a reward if you can collect that loan. Alright, let's see if we can find him. Oh wait, hold on. We just walked past the bowling alley. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to be here somewhere. Look at the picture again. We can't go check the bathroom? Can we see the picture again though? Huh, guess not. Great, I don't know. Can't go down there. I see him over there. Can I get down there though? Okay. There he is. Hey, Motoyama, right? What? Crap, they found me. Hold it, Motoyama. You gotta chase him now? Yep, chasing. Oh no, maybe not. Huh? Who are you? If this is about that loan, I'm not paying it back. You borrow money, you pay it back. Damn it! If you want the money, you're just gonna have to try and take it from me. Ah, of course he's gonna run. Oh, it's a fight. Oh, good. All right, let's do this, homie. Of course he's a dash. I should have grabbed the bowling ball. Can we retry? Damn, he got away. Can't retry? Nah, bro. Nah, son. Nah, son. Nah, son. I'm gonna cheat. We're getting this. We're getting this guy. Yo, what? Why? Who said you can jump into my lap like that, bro? Chill. Let me buy some sushi while I'm here. Arigatou. 'All right. How do we find them last time? We were going. Oh, we were going over here, over in front of the square. And that's where we found them. This is Yakuza 3.
Hey.
Looks like we gotta fight somebody. Where's the other person at? Okay, there it is. Bro, you were way over here? You didn't help your friend at all. I don't know yet. So far, I mean, this isn't good, but I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know which one I like better. This one is definitely starting to focus more on fighting. The fights aren't bad, and I like the, you just level up. You just level up whatever stuff you want to focus on. So I don't have to worry about like doing different forms. All right, I'm sorry. Huh, let me get this. for your claws in my knee. Thank you. Now where was I going? This way. They both still have their charms, I'd say. This where I found the other guy? Yeah, yeah, here it is. Alright, we found him. Cool, we got the quest back. Now we just gotta go to the bowling alley. I'm gonna pick up that bowling alley this bowling ball next time and smack him with it. Man, this was a lot more than I remember. Alright, now we go to the bowling alley, which is this way. He should be there. Which one do you like better, MCM? Nah, get your paw off my gaming mat, bro. You like claw that thing up. I'm not letting you do that again. Stop. Who wants to mess with everything? All right, let's get this fight going. Where's that bowling ball? I know I saw it on the ground like right before the fight ended. Okay, I see it. I see it. My right. There we go. There we go. Bro. I'm sorry. Ready to pay now? I'm taking you back to Shibayama. I'm sorry. 1 million yen. Yep, that's everything. Thank you, Kiryu-san. I can't believe you caught him on your first try. Well then, here's the 10% I promise you. 100,000 yen. Yeah. Money, money, money. Money. Moriyama, you're coming with me to my office. We've got lots of paperwork to do. Okay. I'm real sorry. Kiryu-san, you're the legend I always heard you were. You invested in me, and you inspired me to be better at collecting money. Even from slippery bastards like Moriyama. Thank you. I learned a lot today. Okay. BK experience, I'll take that too. Appreciate it. Alright, let's do part of the main story now. No, wait. I forgot I was going to the bowling alley to try to get that picture taken. For Mac or whatever. But I'm not seeing anything about monkeys. Maybe it's like behind the bowling alley. Yeah, we're the Kamurocho bowling alley hotspot for weird shit. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe this guy? I can't press F to focus. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for here. Oh, here we go. Strike. Crap, wrong button. Oh no, that's that. That was too late. Yeah, we missed the last button. Oh well. What if I can do it again? No, I guess not. What if I could like come back at another time and do it again? It just sucks to like miss it. But oh well, it's my fault. I was too anxious. Nothing but Mac. Hey, Kiryu-san, let me cut to the chase. I got another shot for you. This thing, there's this rocking soba joint in the southeast part of Kamurocho, but the owner's totally bonkers. Apparently, his noodles suffer for it. Anyways, keep your eyeballs trained on that owner, and you'll your chance will come in no time flat. Probably when he hops on his bike. If I had to guess. Like, dude, totally. So, soba joint in the southeast part of Kamurocho. This one? All right, let's get to it. It's moments like this I miss the skateboard from the other Yakuza game. All right, bro, come on. Cough up the dough. I also like how we get paid to whoop people's ass. Ooh, okay. I'm not speaking too soon. Yo, he is bleeding. Yeah, give me that money. Oh, I'll take a toughness C. I'll send it back. Well, we should be getting close to that if that's the right restaurant anyway. Oh wait, no, it's not the right restaurant. Let's stop by here and get something to eat. Get our health up. Get some free experience points. Well, not free, but. Let's
ありがとうございました。
That'll do. That'll do. Southeast. Wait. Nah, never mind. Soba joint. Bruh, how many fights am I gonna get in before I get there? Stand up. Here we go. I'm surprised he just sat there. What? Why did he move? I mean, yeah, you're right. My face is gray. Thank you. Top quality charcoal. Okay. All the way down. And then take a right. Okay. Ah, crap. Third one. Let's get it. Can't believe I got stopped. There we go. You're donezo. You're donezo. Who's next? I'll take it. That was kind of close. We should probably heal all the way up, but nah. We gotta take a right here. Try to get to the restaurant and actually eat some at the soba place. Hopefully don't get into another fight before we get there. So far so good.
Oh!
Ah, crap. Right in front of the place, but if we die, I can heal, but I'm trying not to use my items. Let's see if we can get away with that. This guy's got a gun. Oh, guys, he has something though. Alright, let's heal. Nice. This was trying to stab you, boy. You're donezo. Get out of here, you're donezo. Alright, is this it? No, wait. Wait. Gotta go up here first. You'd stop me right before we got to the spot. It's a spot? Yep. You can't be serious. You're trying to make a mockery of Kyoshi #1 star's quality flavor? Check out how awesome this tastes and how good it smells. As far as instant ramen goes, it's the best I can possibly get. That's right, instant being the key word there. If it were served in my shop, the customers would be asking for refunds left and right. Well, damn, I don't know then. Then I've got nothing else to say. This, whatever you've concocted, is not even close to being worthy of the Kyushu #1 star's brand. Oh man. Oh, okay. Sorry you had to hear that, sir. Must have been some sort of door-to-door salesman. Anyway, please let me know whenever you're ready. I mean, I do want to heal up first.
You don't say much.
And then we'll take the picture. Oh, hey, what happened to the other guy here? Oh, that would be my son. I sent him off to Kyushu to learn how to make ramen the old-fashioned way. I'm going to mind the place while he's gone. So that's where he went. Kyushu #1 star is famous for its authentic tonkatsu soup. That's why we're called Kyushu #1 star. You haven't eaten ramen until you've tried this rich and flavorful Kyushu favorite. This one? Limited ramen with works. How come I can't buy, like, order more than one? Like, I can only order one. It's unfortunate. Alright now. Wait, how are we supposed to take a picture of him if we can't? Because the email says, keep your eye on him. This dude will suffer for it. The owner's totally bonkers, apparently. Wait. Probably when he hops on his bike, if I hadn't the gaps. Alright, so we just gotta wait for him to leave and to hop on his bike. How long do we have to wait for him?
You don't say much.
Do we have to wait until it's nighttime and they're closing? Which means there was no point in going here and being here right now. Well, shit. Looks like you got that old ramen shop owner pretty riled up back there. Is everything okay? Yeah. Everything's fine. It wasn't like we were fighting or anything. Weren't you arguing over the flavor or something?
Huh?
Aye, that we were. Are you trying to get him to share the business with you? Is that what it is? What is up with this guy? And why is he staring at me like that? Hey, if there's something you want to say, then just spit it out.
Yep.
Keeping me out. Oh, well, it's just, you look like a guy who loves his ramen. Well, I suppose I do enjoy a good bowl of ramen sometimes. Me too, Kitty, me too. Then I have to ask you a favor. Such as? I need you to slurp down, pause. I need you to slurp down this cup of instant ramen for me. If you do, please. You want me to do what now?
Huh?
Oh, geez, I didn't even introduce myself. The name's Ueda. I work in product development for Ace Cook. I almost said that wrong. Ever heard of it? Ace Cook, you mean the instant noodle company?
Huh?
That's right. As you may know, we specialize in making only the best instant ramen on the market. One day, I fell in love with the delicious tonkatsu ramen at this here shop, so I started commuting here from Osaka to try and replicate it, or at least an instant version of it. Low-key, that's kind of messed up. Does that kind of mess up his business as well? I see. That's quite the undertaking. Ain't that the truth? I mean, this is the 7th time I had to alter the flavor, yet the owner still won't approve of it. 7 times and still no luck? Maybe you're in the wrong business. Hey, you don't have to kick me when I'm down. Anyway, would you mind giving it a taste and telling me what you think? Alright. I guess I could give it a try. Pause. Yeah, it's not quite like the real thing. So he's not quite like it, but he's getting close? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, hey, if he's getting there, why doesn't he just try to like make his own authentic version? Like make his own original recipe? Inspired by this tonkatsu ramen. But it doesn't have to be just like it. Just make your own original. Well, what do you think? I'm pretty confident about this batch myself. Well, when I tried it, there was something off about the broth. It lacked the rich, distinctive flavor that the ramen at this shop has. That's what the owner said too. Which means this broth still ain't good enough to wear the Kyushu #1 star logo after all. Why are you trying to steal from this guy? Why are you trying to steal from him, bro? But what else can I do? I tried everything already. And the owner says I have to think about the flavor on my own too. It's like I'm at the end of my rope here. Discourage him. Are you sure you've tried everything? Huh? You are trying to recreate Kyushu #1 star's ramen down to the last detail, right? You bet your sweet bippy I am! Well, that's not what you should be doing. Instead, you should be aiming for an instant version of their ramen. How is that not what I'm already doing? I get it, because like this one's already, like it's boiling in the broth as is, bro. You can't, and it's like, it's not served up as something that's dried out and like with no moisture in it. You feel me? Like people have to add the moisture and create it themselves. So you have to serve an instant version of it so that by the time people heat up that water, get it, get it in the ramen, get the seasonings in and stuff, by the time it's ready, the full flavor of if it was being served right in front of you would have already been there. You gotta make sure it's you gotta use ingredients that makes it so you can dehydrate it or whatever before you actually I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not finding the words for it. I'm not a big cook. Although I try to cook, but I don't know all the proper words for chefing up. But I know what he's trying to do, what he's missing. Well, I'm no ramen expert, but I imagine the restaurant made ramen and instant noodles have very different methods of preparation, not to mention ingredients. I'll bet the owner knows that already, and that's why he won't give you a recipe.
Huh?
Come again? If he tells you the recipe, you'll be so influenced by it that you won't be able to condense it into its proper form. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Kitty knows what I'm saying. Shit. I think the owner wants you to create your own original instant ramen that replicates the Kyushu #1 star taste, rather than copying it down to the last ingredient. Otherwise, he would have turned you down flat instead of bothering to let you try. What was it 7 times? Now that I think about it, the owner never once told me not to make it into instant ramen. He just kept telling me to try it over and over again. I guess if you can't say he's stealing because the owner would have told him to stop already. All right then, I won't give up. My love for irresistible Kyushu #1 star's flavor has been redoubled, and I'll stop at nothing to meet the owner's expectations. But where do I go from here? Well, you're gonna have to find a way to make a cup of instant noodles taste authentic, and that's no easy task. Right, it's gotta have that kind of flavor that kicks you in the teeth and makes you come back begging for more, shocks you at the first sip, and has you addicted by the second. Woo! Now what I need to do first is figure out the magic ingredient. By the way, you give some real good advice, you know? I'll let this stew in my head for a while and see what I can whip up. Your thing, homie? Sorry about that. Wait, wrong voice. Sorry. Wait, wrong voice. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, sir. I'll just go with this one. Sorry about that, sir. You don't have to put up with any of this nonsense if you don't want to. Were you watching this whole time? Shoot, when people talk loudly enough in front of the shop, I hear it whether I like it or not. Damn, y'all are talking that loud, bro? Then I guess we'll both see whether that waiter kid can pull it off or not. Right. At first, I was offended at the idea of my ramen going instant. But something made his motivation really stuck with me. The kid's got spunk, I'll tell you that. So that's why you won't compromise until he gets it right. I know he can make a soup that'll satisfy the masses. I believe it's all a matter of time. Are you gonna get a cut? You should get a cut, right? And since it's like fate at work here, can I bother you to help him out if you run into him again? Consider it a favor from an old man. All right, bro, I got you. No sweat. No, we still gotta wait for this guy. We have to wait for him to ride on his bike. So keep an eye on him. I still think we should come back at night for that. Like, he's obviously not gonna leave anytime soon. Right? Right. Let's go do the main story quest. Maybe we should have taken a nah, this taxi wasn't close. I could have sworn in the last game there were more taxis. In this one there's only 3. Alright, I'll take your money. Or your item, whatever you want to give me after I finish whooping you. There we go. Get up. Let me help you out. There we go. Now, my reward for kicking your butt. 5K? No, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, I feel that's on a little cheap side. You feel me? But you know, I'll take that shit, bro. Appreciate it, homie.
I'll bet.
It's Kiryu. Hey, it's Yanai. Oh wait, hold on. Hey, what was his voice? Hey, it's Yanai, the freelance photographer. Remember me? Yanai. Oh, yeah. From the Hirata case. The papers love the shots. They're gonna be in next week's edition. They've printed off a few proofs. So I sent one to that bar for you. Shellac, I mean. Bro, I just got all the way back to Serena. Might be worth reading if you got the time. See ya. An article about the Hiratas, huh? Guess I should head over to Shellac sooner or later. Shellac is way over here. We're over here. We'll do it later. Like, hold on. Another key. Alright.
Kiryu.
What took you so long? Sorry, Date-san. I got here as fast as I could. Don't worry about it. Gotta say, Tamiya ringing you up is a pretty unexpected development. Yeah, hopefully meeting him will clear some things up. Hope so. And don't forget that Tamiya is one of the biggest political figureheads in the country. Who knows what he could be planning? In other words, we should be ready for anything. You about ready to go? Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, let's do it. Great. Time to swing by the Millennium Tower then.
Kiryu.
Alright, it's not that far away.
Kiryu.
Yo, what up, Date-san? What's good, bro? What can I do for you? Alright, let's get it. Gotta be ready for anything. You must be Kazuma Kiryu-sama. Yeah, and you're the Tamiya's driver, right? Actually, his secretary. You can call me Higaki, sir. And you're from the media, yes? Yup. Name's Date, from the Keihin News. Keihin News. Used to hang my hat with the force though. That's how I know Kiryu. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm afraid I can't allow a reporter to... Now hold your horses. What we have here is a prominent government official arranging a private meeting with the ex-chairman of a major crime syndicate. If you don't let me come, I'll have to write an article based on that info alone. And who knows what kind of conclusions I could draw from that. Yeah, that's kind of messed up, Date. It's kind of underhanded, but I like it. I like that. But, sorry, but I think it's for the best if you let Date-san come with us. We promise we won't write anything about anything. I promise he won't write about anything he hears today. Right, Date-san? Bro, I swear I keep trying to talk too fast sometimes. Yeah, sure. Pretty well then. Please, get in the car when you're ready, sir. Let's get it. All right, let's go. Pretty well, sir. Just get in the car, and we'll be on our way. Okay. Let's get ready. Nice place, though. What's good, bro? Cigar?
思っていたより若いな。
Right back at you.
そっちは京浜新聞社の伊達だ。鈴木と東上会の癒着を追っていた。 あの有名な元刑事の分野か。
He knows you.
お前らも一杯やるか。
いや。
I'll take some juice if you got it.
お前、沖縄の例のリゾート予定地で養護施設をやってるんだってな。
ああ。
それが原因で堂島大吾も土地買収の話を断ったそうじゃないか。
何が言いたい？
お前とこの民谷隆三、互いに利害が一致してるってことだ。
どういうことだ？
お前はあのリゾート開発が止まればいいと思っている。
ああ、そうだ。
俺もあのリゾート開発が止まればいいと思っている。 なんだと？あんた何を言ってるんだ？
あのリゾートがなければ、あんたは基地拡大法案を通せないんじゃないのか。
そうだな。だが、それはもういいんだ。もういい？なぜ？簡単だ。あの法案、俺は初めから通す気がなかったからだ。
I mean, that works,
なんだと？
聞かせてくれ。沖縄の基地拡大とリゾート開発、その全てについて。
俺もお前たちに頼みたいことがある。何を聞きたいんだ？
No! Oh, man. I knew it was going to cut from being the cinematic. I was hoping they would answer all the questions in that cinematic, but nah. Of course not. Let's do it. What should I ask about? Okay. Purpose of the military expansion bill. Oh, okay.
あんたの沖縄米軍基地拡大の本当の狙いってのは何なんだ？
Bet, I like this.
俺の本当の狙い。それは世界で暗躍する組織の正体を暴き、その組織を潰すことだ。
利権絡みのマフィアか何かか？
そんな簡単なもんじゃない。俺が追いかけているのは通称ブラックマンデーと呼ばれている組織だ。
ブラックマンデー？
それってあの伝説の武器密輸組織のことじゃないのか？
さすがは分野だ。よく知ってるな。1987年、あの世界大恐慌の引き金になったニューヨーク株式市場の株価大暴落を裏で操っていたとさえ言われる武器商人アンドレ・リチャードソンを中心とした武器密輸集団、通称ブラックマンデー。俺はその正体を知るためにあの沖縄米軍基地拡大を仕掛けた。
ブラックマンデーの正体を知るためだと？どういうことだ？
知っての通り、基地拡大の最大の目的は日米で共同開発する BMD の配備だ。その開発の裏では超単位の金が動いている。設計図だけでもとてつもない価値を秘めているんだ。
とてつもない価値？
日本の最先端の技術とアメリカの兵器開発のノウハウの結晶。沖縄の基地拡大法案による新 BMD 配備は他のどの国が逆立ちしても売ることができない最強の防衛兵器の誕生を意味する。実現すれば中東を含めたアジア一帯の国々は今後十数年日本に手出しすることはできない。
そんなものが沖縄に？
日米共同開発の BMD は世界の防衛バランスを変えるほどの代物なんだ。と一応世界的にはそういうことになっている。
一応だと？
ああ、そうだ。そういった風評があることが重要だったんだ。
どういうことだ？
世界最新の兵器開発。それを欲しがる奴らが動き出すってことだ。
まさかその欲しがってる奴ってのがブラックマンデー？
その通り。世界中に武器を売りつける武器密輸組織ってのは常に最先端の技術を欲している。もしその技術が日米以外の国に流れたら世界の防衛バランスを崩壊させるほどの技術。奴らが指を加えたまま見ているはずがない。
新 BMD はブラックマンデーをおびき出すための餌ってことか？
沖縄の基地拡大法案はあくまでそのブラックマンデーってやつを誘い出すためのダミーだった。
Sounds like a good plan.
ダミーとはいえ俺は本気で法案を通す形が必要だった。そのために俺は鈴木にリゾートの話を提案し、奴に利権を一手に渡すと持ちかけ、基地拡大法案とセットの形で進めてきた。つまり俺以外全ての国民を騙す必要があったんだ。そのくらいのことをしなければならなかったんだよ。
だがあんたはもう法案を通す気がないと言ったな。それはつまり。
ああ、ようやくブラックマンデーの尻尾をつかむことができたというわけだ。
じゃああんたの目的は花から鈴木との総裁選にはなかったってことか？
そんなものは小っぱの政治家気取りが欲しがるもんだ。俺には全く興味がない。
だがアメリカも関わるほどの大掛かりな作戦、あんた一人で実行できるもんじゃねえだろ。
その通りだ。それについても話しておかなければならんな。
How you gonna fix that though with just us?
他に聞きたいことはあるか？
So I do like how they switch, and we can like come up. We can ask it. We don't have to ask the questions in order. We don't have to sit there and watch them talk for a long period of time. Like in between these little selections, we can just get up and go do whatever we need to do if we need to do something. Anyway, so Tamiya came up with a military expansion bill to lure out an international arms smuggling syndicate known as Black Monday. Their leader, Andre Richardson, would no doubt be drawn in by the BMD system they're proposing for Okinawa. BMD is almost like the initials for Black Monday as well. In other words, the only reason Tamiya was so insistent on the military expansion was so he could stamp out Black Monday once and for all. He has to be working with someone though. Someone with connections to the US. That person holds the key to all of this. What should I ask about? The man who shot Daego? Or the favorite Tamiya mentioned? Well, might as well go down the list.
大悟を撃った犯人を知らないか？
それは俺にもわからん。
そうか。
あの風間に似てるって男のことか。素性も目的もさっぱりだからな。
ああ。
待て、風間だと？そいつが堂島大吾を撃ったのか？
何か知っているのか？
Technically, it was his brother, not him.
俺の知っている風間とお前らの知ってるその男が同一人物ならの話だが。
教えてくれ。あんたの知っている風間ってのは一体誰なんだ？
風間ジョージ。お前のいた東上会の元幹部、風間組組長風間慎太郎の実の弟だ。
おやっさんに弟が？
So he does have a brother.
知らなかったのか？
ああ。
そうか。やはり風間は肉親の話をしてなかったのか。
やはり？
ああ。両親を早くに失った風間にとって弟ジョージは血を分けたただ一人の兄弟。何者にも代え難い存在だったからな。
ん？風間にとって弟ってのがそんなに大切なんだったら、桐生には話していそうなもんだがな。
仲がいいだの悪いだのは関係ない。そういった普通の兄弟関係でいられるような間柄じゃなかったんだ。あの兄弟は。
どういうことだ？
あの二人は決して交わることのない道に進んだからな。
So they were born
まさか
opposites?
風間の弟の職業って。
警察だ。元警察庁長官官房国際部国際課。今の外事課の刑事だった。
それってエリート中のエリートじゃないか。
エリートか。まあ元警察官のお前からしちゃそうかもしれんな。だが不思議なものだ。同じ釜の飯を食い、日本という国の未来を共に案じた人間が、片やこうして議事堂の真ん中で昼間から酒をかっくらい、片やアメリカのために必死に動いてるんだからな。
何言ってんだ。あんたもしかして。
ジョージと俺は警察庁の同期。唯一無二の親友だ。
何？あんたと風間の弟が？
今回の沖縄に絡んだ一連の事件も全ては俺とジョージで仕組んだことだったんだ。
仕組んだだと？一体どういうことだ？
俺が計画の絵を描き、ジョージは組織を使ってそれを実行した。
Damn.
じゃあおやっさんの弟が大悟を撃ったというのも計画のためだったというのか？
おそらくは。
風間の弟の組織ってのは何なんだ？今も警察の下で動いてるのか？
違う。あいつはもう日本の警察の人間じゃない。
じゃあ今は何を？
あいつはアメリカの CIA、 アメリカ中央情報局の極東担当の諜報員だ。他に聞きたいことはあるか？
Bro, I was not expecting them to I was not expecting that whole thing, like him and Kazuma are friends and they're working together. I bet. So Tommy and Joji Kazuma, an agent with the CIA and the younger brother of Shintaro Kazuma, are working together to bring down an arms smuggling syndicate called Black Monday. Whew. But if that's the case, why did Kazuma-san's brother shoot Daigo? I need to know what the CIA is really after here. What should I ask about? The favor he wants. Can we say cancel and just not and not
あん
ask
たの
about
頼み
it?
たいことってのは何なんだ？
二人の男を救ってやってほしい。
Alright, what up, bro?
誰なんだそいつらは？
一人は俺の秘書だった男、トーマ。
Oh?
秘書だったってなんで過去形なんだ？
トーマは2週間前勝手に俺の秘書を辞めたよ。
どうしてだ？
トーマは俺の基地拡大法案の裏にある本当の狙いを知ってしまった。だからリゾート開発計画を動かせる男にすり寄った。
それは誰だ？
極道だよ。
何？
東上会直系白鵬会会長峰義孝だ。
峰が？
おい、それどういうことなんだ？
こうなった以上、トーマから峰に秘密が漏れる危険が高い。その前にあいつはトーマの口を封じようと動くはずだ。
あいつ？それがあんたの言うもう一人の男か？
そうだ。そうならないようあんたに止めてほしいんだ。
その男とは？
風間ジョージだ。
Your friend? I thought y'all were friends. What happened?
他に聞きたいことはあるか？
Apparently, Toma joined up with Mine once he learned what Tamiya was really after. And now, Joji Kazuma is trying to silence Toma before he can spill any of Tamiya's secrets. So it looks like I'll need to stop Joji. But why did Toma join Mine in the first place? And what does Mine have to do with the resort? I need to know more. What should I ask about? The CIA. Dun dun dun.
風間のおやっさんの実の弟。その男が CIA の諜報員として日本で活動していると。
例の武器密輸組織 CIA はあれを追いかけている。俺はジョージと協力してブラックマンデーの尻尾を掴んで潰そうとしているんだ。
じゃあ風間の弟は日本の警察を辞め CIA に入り、今はアメリカのために活動していると。
ああ。
だがそんな奴がどうして次々と謎の発砲を繰り返すようなことしたんだ。
やはり大悟や中原といった人間を撃ったのはおやっさんの弟なのか。
わからん。だがその可能性が高い。
なぜそんなことを。
今回の一件 CIA の諜報員への命令は1、沖縄をめぐる基地拡大法案に絡んだブラックマンデーの動向を探ること。2、そのために障害となる対象はそのことごとくを排除すること。
排除だ？
その任務のために土地買収を断った人間を撃ったと。
ああ。だが CIA の諜報員はジョージだけじゃない。すでにお前も何度か命を狙われているはずだ。
まさか、あの黒スーツの男たち。
そう、お前を襲った外国人は皆 CIA が手を回した諜報員だ。お前は沖縄のリゾート開発を中止させようと動いていたからな。
それじゃもしかして柏木を撃ったのも
CIA だ。
おやっさんの弟はどうして日本人なのにそこまでして。
ジョージにとって CIA は己の生きてきた人生の全てだ。
全て？
お前らに話してもわかるまいが、今から30年前、日本という保守的な国家で警察官の肉親に極道関係者がいるとなれば、それだけで迫害を受ける時代だった。ジョージは実の兄が極道、しかも東上会という大組織の顔役であることが原因で、自分の正義を貫くことすらできず警察を去った。そんなジョージに手を差し伸べたのがアメリカという国だった。能力があれば国籍や人種を問わない自由の国で、ジョージは新たな人生を手に入れたんだ。
だから CIA のためならばどんなことでもやると。
How'd they even know about him in the first place?
他に聞きたいことはあるか？
So the CIA needed the military expansion bill to stay afloat so they could lure Black Monday out into the open. And it was under the CIA orders that Joji shot Daego for refusing to take my land. Guess the CIA is almost like a second family to him now, after what happened during his time on the force. That explains why he's so loyal to the US government.
トーマが基地拡大法案を通過させるためにリゾート開発の土地買収を頼んだ先があの峰だというのか。
そうだ。
その話はおかしいな。死んだ柏木の話によれば、リゾート開発の土地買収を進めていたのは 鈴木と風間、それに風間とつながってる登場界の組織ってことになるはずだ。
うん。だが事実はそうではない。そもそも2年前の玉城組の土地買収騒動以来、リゾート開発の土地買収は行われていなかった。
なんだと？じゃあなんで風間は中原を撃ってまで土地の権利書を奪ったんだ？
基地拡大法案を進めるためだ。
うん。
リゾート予定地の買収が進まなければ、同時に基地拡大法案も止まってしまう。そうなれば、ブラックマンデーの尻尾がつかめない。だから強引な手段で土地の権利書を中原という男から奪い、土地の買収を推し進めようとしたんだ。
登場界を使ってか。
ああ。CIA は堂島大吾を動かすため、ネックとなっていた朝顔がある土地の権利書を奪い、土地買収の協力を持ちかけた。だが、
大吾は土地の買収を断った。
Oh shit.
だから撃たれたのか。
And that's...
そういうことだ。そしてトーマは峰にリゾートの土地買収の話を持ちかけた。トーマはリゾートの利権その全てを峰に渡すという条件で協力するよう求めたんだろう。
利権の全てを渡すだと？そんなことしてトーマに何のメリットがあるんだ？
トーマという名前から奴が沖縄の人間だということは知ってるな。
ああ。1年前直接本人から聞いた。
今から3年前、
Yo, I ain't gonna lie,
ト
these
ー
are
マ
long
は
ass
沖縄の
conversations.
発展を夢見て政治の世界へと足を踏み入れた。そこでトーマは沖縄の米軍基地拡大とリゾート計画のことを知り、沖縄のためになるならと喜んで働いた。
But I'm also not that surprised for some reason.
沖縄を豊かにしたいと話していた。
トーマの目的は最初から沖縄の発展しかない。あいつは1年前にリゾートの土地買収とヤクザがつながってることが発覚しそうになった時にも、基地拡大まで共倒れにならないよう俺を登場界の堂島に引き合わせ丸く収めさせた。だがあいつは初めから基地拡大のことはどうでもよくて、リゾート開発計画のことしか頭になかったんだ。
じゃあトーマは堂島大吾とあんたを引き合わせた時に登場界の連中峰とも知り合ったというのか？
だが奴は1年経って法案がフェイクであることを知ってしまった。だから強硬に土地買収を進められる力を求めて白鵬会にすり寄っていった。トーマと峰は互いの利害が一致して手を組んだんだ。
なるほどな。だがあれだけ6代目に忠実だった峰が登場界を裏切ろうとしていたとはな。
峰という男はよくわからん。今回の一連の騒動で登場界の事実上のトップはあの男のはずだ。黙っていればより上のポストが約束されているのに何を考えているのか。
There we go. Bro, get down. Thank you. So, Cosmo-san's brother and the CIA were promoting the military expansion bill to destroy the Black Monday, while Toma and Mine were throwing their weight behind the resort. I think I'm... Didn't I just tell you to get down? I think I'm finally starting to see the whole picture here.
沖縄のリゾート計画を続行するトーマとミネ、それに CIA とあんたの目的、ようやく絵を描いたやつが見えてきたな。
Which is why he's okay with us helping to get rid of the resort, so that he doesn't do the military expansion.
ジョージを止めてくれ。
止める？ CIA の任務を止めろというのか？
そうだ。
Damn.
トーマを守ってやってほしい。
どうして CIA はトーマを殺す必要があるんだ？
奴は知りすぎたんだ。この法案の裏に CIA が関与していることも、そして、法案がフェイクだということもな。
じゃあ CIA はそのことを封印するために。
ああ。俺はトーマを殺したくはない。できればあの二人を助けてやりたいんだ。
でもトーマはあんたの計画を邪魔した男だろ。どうして今になってかばうようなこと。
強い信念を持った人間はいずれ大きな志を抱く。そしてそれを実現する。俺の恩師が教えてくれたことだ。トーマは純粋でまっすぐだ。あれはいずれ良い政治家になる。
でもそれだけで。
それだけじゃねえんだよ、伊達さん。このおっさん、食えないやつだが自分の部下を見殺しにできない、古いタイプの人間のようだ。そうなんだろ。わかった。今トーマを止めれば土地買収も終わる。おやっさんの弟には返さなきゃならない借りもあるからな。
やってくれるか？
あんたのためじゃない。俺はただ朝顔を失いたくないだけだ。
Gotta protect those kids, man.
いいだろう。
Not getting rid of that orphanage. We
じ
gotta
ゃ
fight
あ
for it.
お前がトーマをジョージから守ってくれたら、沖縄のリゾート開発は俺の手で完全に止める。約束しよう。
トーマは今どこに？
沖縄だ。地元の県議会の議員との会合に向かってるはずだ。
I just pushed you off my lap. You jump right back on. Such like, where did you go off my lap?
日本の極道にもまだこんな男がいたとはな。だが問題はここからだ。
何かあったのか？
鈴木の SP だ。
何？
すでにトーマが手を回していたようだ。
どうする？桐生。
行くしかないんだろうな。
Got this.
そうなんだろう。
ああ、そうだ。行くしかない。
あの SP とやらどこまでやっていいんだ？
At least I don't have guns.
あの SP はあくまで鈴木の私兵。好きに暴れて構わん。暴れた責任は取ってやる。
一つ聞きたいんだが。
なんだ？
あんた興味ないって言っていたが、政治家ってのは皆総理大臣になりたいもんなんじゃないのか？
じゃあ逆に聞くが、組長ってのはなりたいと言ってなるものなのか？トップとは何かをなし、それを積み重ねてきた人間がいつの間にか勝手になってるものだろう。違うか？
確かにな。
よし、行くか。
ああ。
Bet. 2v what?
これ
2030?
すげえ数だぜ。
だってさ、ここは俺が何とかする。あんたは裏口から出て行ってくれ。
1v30.
なんだと？
Yeah, I got this.
あんたは記者だ。
Yep.
名刺を見せれば裏から出られるはずだ。
だがそれじゃ、
もし俺が捕まったら、真島の兄さんにあんたから今聞いたことを伝えてくれ。
桐生。
頼んだぞ。
Alright, let's get it. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. See what they got. First though, we don't have any points to do any type of upgrades. Alright. Y'all not know who I am. Alright, this is annoying, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like in the middle of them, I gotta get away. Okay, now they're gonna start dropping. Wait. Whew. I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to use it. Oh, darn, you got me. Another one. Look at my hand on one of those. Okay, that's enough of that. Damn, that's close. I gotta do better. Holy crap. Finally, there's another one now. Are they just keep refreshing? I wish they would at least drop the stun gun before I knock them out. Nope, I'm taking it. Oh, great, now that's a quick guy. No. Whew, that's close. That was close. person, but not bad. I should have used it on the big guy. There's another one behind me. Crap. Crap. Let me get that. Let me get this. Hell yeah. You're done, so. Majima is the best, bro. Majima is the best. Shout out to Majima. Alright. That's it. That's it for now. I gotta go edit some more other videos, and I have to go work on making another one for my other channel. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. So as always, thanks for watching, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, doing anything in the world, but you were here with me, and I appreciate it. Peace.